Hi everyone, it's Lindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk all about Best Offer. Now, Best Offer is a very useful tool that we as sellers have on eBay, but there's a lot more to it than just checking a box and accepting offers. There's actually some strategy that goes into it. So I wanted to talk to you all about the different functions that Best Offer can provide and how you can use it to truly maximize the sales in your eBay store. But before we get into the video, I wanted to take just a minute to talk about the sponsor of this video, Wish Juices. Wish makes juices that are USDA organic, kosher, non-GMO, and they're made with no corn syrup. The Wish company controls every aspect of the fruit that goes into its juices, every seed and every tree in its garden. They also package the juices in Tetra Pak so it's preserved in the best possible way. Benjamin loves apple juice, but I really don't like giving him apple juice as frequently as he wants it, but I feel good about giving him the Wish brand apple juice because it is naturally sweetened and there is no added sugars.
Apple juice.
My personal favorite is the mango. I like to put it in my green smoothies. So in the afternoons, I start to feel a little sluggish. I need a little pick-me-up. Instead of using mangoes in my green smoothie, I just use spinach and a little bit of banana, blend it up, and it gives me a quick burst of energy. And the best part is it's super convenient to buy. You can get it on Amazon in as quick as 1 day with Prime delivery. And if you are interested in trying Wish juices yourself, I will put a link down in the video description direct to Amazon and you can try it out. So let's talk about an opinion I had a really long time ago. A few years ago, I had a very strong opinion about Best Offer, and I actually included that opinion in a couple of old videos on my channel. My outlook about Best Offer was basically, what's the point, right? It's a waste of time to have to deal with offers. Why not just set your buy it now price at the lowest price that you're willing to take and wait for someone to buy it? To me, it seemed like a complete waste of your time to put Best Offer on your item, because if you already priced your item low enough, why should you give someone a cheaper price if you already know that your price is good? Having to counter offer or accept or decline offers seemed like you were just giving yourself more work. Boy, did my opinion change. The more people I started to talk to that sold on eBay that actually used Best Offer, the more they talked to me about the benefits of Best Offer, the more inclined I felt to actually try it myself. And after only about 30 days of trying Best Offer myself, I was completely converted and I've done Best Offer ever since. It has been a full 3 years since I've started implementing Best Offer into my sales strategy. And so now I wanted to talk to you about all of the reasons why I think that you should try it and all of the ways I see that it benefits you more than it hurts or inconveniences your store. The first thing that I would ask you to do is to stop looking at Best Offer like an annoyance. You know, that's personally what I did. I thought that I was gonna have to be constantly countering, declining, or accepting offers. I thought it was gonna be a huge annoyance. The last thing I wanted to do was have to pick up my phone over and over again to deal with potential buyers that may or may not accept a counter offer or even pay after I accepted their offer. But then I realized I was really looking at it the wrong way. You see, rather than looking at Best Offer like an annoyance, you should start looking at it like an opportunity. Because any sort of interaction a buyer gives your item gives you nothing but benefit. Because every single interaction that a buyer has with your item, it does nothing but benefit your listing. Because when that buyer gives some sort of indicator to eBay that they are interested in your item, that tells the eBay system that people actually want it. So just the act of somebody sending you an offer, that tells eBay that there's interest in your item, and that alone can help get your item a better search ranking in eBay. Because you have to remember, eBay is a business. They want you to sell your merchandise so that they can take their final value fee off of your sale. So if your item has interest in it, eBay is going to continue to promote your items higher in search. And just the act of accepting a best offer can really help you drive traffic on the slow days where your sales are lower than you want them to be. Not only that, but I truly believe that accepting offers drives more sales. I always say that the best way to give a little boost to your sales is to be active in your eBay store. And one of the best activities that you can do is accept offers. I cannot tell you how many times I have accepted an offer and then got a sale almost immediately after for something completely different. It's like the act of accepting an offer triggers this chain reaction in your store. It tells eBay that you are a seller who is wanting to make sales, you're willing to take offers, and therefore your listings will start to be pushed higher in search in eBay. Now, of course, I don't have any data to show you to prove this. It is just a theory. But I am speaking from personal experience and regular results that I have seen generated year after year. And from my personal experience, accepting offers almost instantly guarantees at least one more sale shortly after. You also have to realize that you are not obligated to give anybody a certain amount off if you have best offer on your listing. I think a lot of people have this idea, if you have best offer on your listing, that means that you have to sell your item at a huge discount. And that is definitely not the case. I have spoken to several eBay sellers that rarely take more than $1 off of their asking price in best offer. You know, they might have an item selling for $20, somebody gives them a $15 offer, but they counter back at $19.50. Only 50 cents less than their asking price. Because you have to remember, it's your eBay business. If you don't want to give somebody a 25% discount, you don't have to. You can counter back at whatever number you want. And then there are a lot of people that don't want to be bothered with the lowball offers. And I personally have dealt with several of those lowball offers myself. I'm not saying I never get them. I'm not saying that it's not crazy annoying to get a $2 and free shipping offer every once in a while. But again, we need to stop looking at best offer as an annoyance and look at it as an opportunity. There have been times I've gotten lowball offers on my items and countered back, and we ended up going back and forth until we hit a number that I was comfortable with. Which leads me to my next tip, and that is to never decline offers. You have a $20 item and somebody sends you a $2 offer, don't decline it. Never decline it. Even if you are completely insulted by that person's offer, if you think it is completely moronic to ask $2 and free shipping on a $20 item, doesn't matter how stupid you think it is, do not decline. And the reason why I'm saying do not decline is for the same reason I stated earlier. eBay wants to know that you are wanting to make sales. eBay wants to make money off of their sellers. So if you go around declining offers, eBay's system doesn't know what's an acceptable offer and what's a lowball offer in your opinion. So declining any offer almost tells the eBay algorithm that you don't really want to make a sale. So that's another reason why I say always, always, always counteroffer if you don't want to accept. Never ever decline offers. I also believe that just the act of having best offer on your listings actually produces a higher search result for your listing. I do think that eBay prefers it when sellers use the tools provided to them, whether it's free shipping, best offer, running a promotion, doing free returns. eBay wants to promote those sellers that are using the tools to actively try to make sales on the site so that eBay can get their percentage. And I do believe that the sellers that are using those tools to try to get the sales, I do believe that they get a higher chance in search. So I think that having best offer on your listings will instantly get you better search placement. Again, I don't have hard data to back that up. It's just my experience and what I have witnessed and felt after selling with best offer for the last 3 years. Also, I do think that a lot of people believe that if you have best offer on your listings, that every single sale will have to be best offer. And that is definitely not the case. I would say in my personal experience, only about 2 of every 10 sales I get actually sell with best offer. And I really think the trick to that is making sure that your prices are good. Because if you have a really good price and a buyer wants your item, they're just gonna go ahead and buy it. They're not going to do the whole song and dance with sending you offers, waiting for you to counter back. Chances are they just want to buy it and be done with it if it's an item that they really want. And some buyers don't even know how to use the best offer function. They just hit buy it now and they're done with it. So just because you have best offer on your item does not mean that it's going to sell with best offer. Best offer is also a way for you to make sure you're not leaving any money on the table with an item. Because if you just price your item low without best offer, you don't know if you could have made more money on it. You know, let's say you have a candle and your lowest price is $20. So you price it at $20 and you wait for someone to buy it. But what if someone was willing to pay $25 for it? You could have gotten an extra $5. So a better opportunity for you might have been to price this candle at $30 with best offer. So then the candle is listed for $30 and you get a best offer of $25 when you would have realistically taken $20, and boom, there's an extra $5. I also view best offer as kind of a reverse auction strategy. You know, if you don't exactly know how much your item is worth, you can price it on the higher side and put best offer on it and let the market decide. It used to be that we would do auction for that, but the downside with auction is you would have to start it at a lower price in order to get some interest and let the bids be driven up. But auctions only last for a certain amount of time. So if the buyer that you want that is willing to pay more isn't looking for that item at the exact time that you have that auction running, then chances of it selling for a lower price than you wanted are a lot higher. But the beauty with best offer and pricing it higher is that anytime the best buyer for your item is looking for that item, it's going to be there. It doesn't rely on a 7 or a 10-day auction time frame. And I know a lot of people that sell more rare items or items that they don't get as frequently. They're not exactly sure what to price it at because maybe there's not many on the market. So they'll just price it high with best offer and they'll just let the offers come in and they'll take whatever they're comfortable with. Now, if you are going to have best offer on your items, you definitely need to take that into consideration when you're pricing items as well. You don't want to price your items at the rock bottom price you're willing to take and then put best offer on top of that, because then chances are you might get some best offers, and then if you're countering it at the list price, you might make some buyers a little bit angry. So when you're pricing your items with best offer, make sure to take that into consideration. Also, pay attention to the price that you've been offered. Don't get so excited to accept an offer that you're going to lose money. There's actually an app that I use very, very frequently called Sale Calc. It's just a super simple app where you enter in some basic data and it tells you what your calculated profits are. You would basically just say whatever the offer is plus any shipping, and then you put in your cost of goods, you put in the estimated shipping costs, and then it tells you your projected profits on the sale. So if you happen to get an offer and you're not sure if it's going to be a good idea to take that offer or not, you could just really quickly plug in all of that data into that app, see what your projected profits are, and then you can either counter or accept the offer based on that data. And that app is totally free to use. I've been using it for a really long time and it's very, very handy to have. Also, make sure to read the terms when somebody sends you an offer, because sometimes they like to sneak in the words with free shipping in there. And if you charge shipping, you have to know that if you accept their terms, that doesn't change anything. They will still be charged for shipping if you charge for shipping. Just because they put those magic words, free shipping, in the terms doesn't mean the shipping is automatically going to go to zero. If you're willing to work with them on the price, make sure to counter back at a price less the shipping fee so that you're meeting them in the middle at a price they're comfortable with. Because I've personally had that happen to me before. A buyer has put free shipping in the terms, I wasn't paying attention, and the item that I was selling, I was charging shipping on. So when I accepted their offer, they noticed that shipping was still being charged to them, and they got pretty upset about that because the buyers don't understand that just because you put free shipping in the terms doesn't mean the shipping cost goes away. So I had to end up working it out with the buyer, letting them know that, you know, I didn't notice the terms, I charged shipping on the item, and that's just how it is, that they could cancel if they wanted to or whatever. But make sure to pay attention to those small details. Also, a tool that eBay has given us very recently is the ability to send offers to our watchers. So it's kind of like the reverse side of that. Instead of waiting for buyers to send us offers, we can actually send offers to our buyers as well. You can either do that on mobile through the app, or you can do it on the desktop. If you're doing it on the desktop, you can do it in bulk. That is the way I definitely prefer to do it, because you can just drop it a certain percentage across the board and send out offers multiple times a day if you're able to. There's just a little tab at the top of your eBay active listings, and then you can just send offers in bulk that way. If you do it on your phone using the mobile app, you will have to send offers one at a time. But do keep in mind that you do not get to specify which items are eligible to send offers to watchers. You have to wait until eBay tells you that item is eligible. So just because an item has a watcher on it does not mean that eBay has deemed offers to watchers necessary on that item. But as soon as it's ready, eBay will let you know. And then finally, the downside to accepting offers, because not everything is a positive. There has to be a negative to go along with it. So really the biggest downside to accepting offers from buyers is the fact that you do have to wait for payment on that item. A lot of the times buyers will pay instantly, but then sometimes you might get buyers that sent an offer on an item that maybe they weren't completely committed to buying, and then they just never end up paying for the item. Or maybe you have that buyer that didn't understand that they have to follow through and pay for the item. Maybe they don't check eBay very frequently, and then you have to end up sitting around and waiting to get paid for that item. And unfortunately, you kind of have to deal with wait times. You do have the ability to open an unpaid item case on eBay, but you do have to wait a full 48 hours after accepting the offer before you can open an unpaid case with eBay. And then after that, the buyer gets 4 days to pay. So realistically, your item could be tied up for almost a full week if the buyer doesn't pay. And then if the buyer never pays and eBay credits you back the final value fee, don't forget it is up to you to go back in and relist the item. Only about 10% of the offers that I accept end up having to have an unpaid item case open. So it's not super frequently, but that is an annoyance. That's the only part of the best offer feature that is an annoyance, is having to wait for payment. Because if someone just buys your item outright, you can require immediate payment, and so the transaction is finished. But when there's an offer taken, you have to hope that they pay promptly, or you have to wait. All right, you guys, I want to hear from you. Put down in the comments below, do you use Best Offer? If you have you always used it? Do you not use Best Offer? If you don't use Best Offer, tell me why. I'm really curious to know. To me, it just kind of seems like a no-brainer now after trying it the first time. I don't think I'll ever go back to not having Best Offer. I just love it so much. I want to hear your opinion down in the comments below. Let me know how you feel about Best Offer. Will you ever do it? Will you try it? Will you never try it? let me know. If you like this video and videos like it, please give it a thumbs up. That way I know it. Don't forget to check the video description. I will put some useful information in there, as well as a direct link to purchasing Wish juices on Amazon. And do remember to subscribe if you'd like to see more content. And I'll see you guys with my next video. Bye-bye.